members of the commission that oversees Connecticut's Public Defender's Office suddenly resigned this week. It's been less than 1 year since the appointment of Chief Public Defender Tashawn Bowden-Lewis. The Public Defender's Office provides state-funded defense attorneys for people who can't afford an attorney themselves in the state criminal courts. Our I-team got a hold of several resignation letters. Chairman Allison Neer said she was having difficulty balancing the work from her law practice with ensuring the rights of indigent defendants. The clients of the division were protected but did not go into any further detail. Attorney General William Tong has hired another law firm to investigate allegations inside the Public Defender's Office after a complaint was received. A spokesperson for the judicial branch declined to comment.